So we can hear.
Schools giving them books, and just being an all-out advocate, trying to push them forward. So for that, I get everybody to give them a round of applause. Also, Woodside alumni, can we get another round of applause for that? Also, our girls and the women basketball player, can we get another clap for that? So to put this thing in motion, her company awarded us with the $3,500 donation to cover modern expenses and COVID making this thing successful. And I just want to tell you all that the Thrive, VA, the Way Hoop Fest, this is just the beginning. It's only going to get bigger and better. So for doing this, for the Follow Town, can I get everybody to stand up and give them a round of applause for making this thing and pushing it forward. Another round of applause for Woodside. Let's get to the show.
Yes, sir. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it.
All right, we're here with you for the nightcap of the Woodside Way Hoop Fest. We've given you 4 broadcasts earlier today where C.G. Woodson beat Kings Fork 62-55. Oscar Smith prevailed 72-49 over Kempsville. Lansdowne a winner over Denby 63-35, and most recently John Marshall a winner 67-41 over Hayfield. If you missed any of our broadcasts, they're available on Cova Sports TV. And our final game tonight is brought to you by Dairy Queen. It's fan food, not fast food. With the coach, Ed Young, I am Matt Hatfield, and the starting lineups being introduced for this Miller School program. I know you had a chance to chat before the game with Coach Jarek Merriweather, who for many years coached at Boo Williams with the travel program. He got to know Stephon Walsh there. Also coached at West Virginia Wesleyan in some college basketball. He's got some injuries, but he's got some talent, led by a couple of young men that are worth watching, and Shane Christman, a 6'6" guard forward that can shoot the basketball, and a young man going to Oklahoma State, and Ryan Crotty, a 6'5" two guard.
Yeah, he mentioned about those young men can really put it up. He's got some younger guys that have shown flashes. It's just that he feels they're struggling a little bit this year, haven't really found their niche or their mark. Traditionally strong team with a lot of talent. See what they have.
Let's get to that action.
And for Woodside, we'll give you the starting 5 for them in just a second. They've got Donnell Deuce Jarrett, number 2. They have number 4 for the Wolverines, and Jaden Dietrich, a sophomore. They have guard number 11, Callan Morrison, who looks like the clone of Jamal Murray in the face, by the way. Young man that played some football this year, a sophomore. Also, a young man that played some football for Alonzo Coley's Wolverines was Messiah Wells Stevens. He's a senior guard wearing number 10, headed to Radford. And the man in the middle, the defending state champs, are led by the reigning Class 5 state player of the year, headed to VCU, Silas Barksdale, a double-double walking machine. Starting 5 for Miller School is going to feature the likes of Shane Christman and Ryan Crotty, who we mentioned, an 8th grader in Paxton Tolliver wearing number 1, number 3, a 9th grader in Jaden Hunter for the Miller School. Actually, he might be listed as an 8th grader as well, I see on my sheet. And rounding out the starting 5 is number 5, Amari Long. He's a sophomore. So, nonetheless, 300 classmen for Miller School. They are 4-6. They played a tough schedule. Lost in overtime to St. Anne's Belfield in Charlottesville. They have a great point guard leading the way for them in Chance Mallory. And we're underway with Woodside and the white unis going from left to right. It'll be a traveling violation on Morrison. Miller School with the black unis with the teal and the white numbers. As people have been waiting for this one all day long, Ed. This should be a fun one between the Wolverines and the Mavericks.
Yeah, it's my first time seeing Miller School in a long time. I think I saw them about 4 years ago.
You didn't see them a few years ago when they came down and lost a heartbreaker to Maury in our Virginia Preps Classic at Green Run?
I don't think I was in town to see that one. I don't remember Miller in a while. And like I said, I forgot Jack was still coaching Miller School.
So it's going to be Shane Christman over to number 12 for Miller, by the way, on the court, and Parker Hughes.
Oh, he gets 1 for 3.
3 balls, no good. For Hunter, it's going to go over to Woodside.
That's the Woodside way right there.
Well, when I look at Miller School, I don't see a power team. I don't see guys with the big muscle net. They're very finesse, very athletic, and from what I understand, a lot of the guys can shoot it. They handle the ball fairly well.
Here comes Miller looking to attack. Barksdale's going to get the steal, and he's going to get the lay-in, not the dunk, as Deuce Jarrett gives it right back to him.
Yep, I think everybody was hoping for slamma-jamma. They got lay it up.
Lay it up. Woodside with the early 2-0 lead.
They get it, Amari Long, Tolliver. And that's good move for the Miller School. Paxton Tolliver down the lane.
Here in the lane, it's going to be good for Paxton Tolliver, who scores the bucket for Miller, and we're deadlocked at 2 apiece.
Messiah Stevens, dumps it down.
Messiah Will Stevens down low to Barksdale, who finishes it at the bucket, 4-2 Wolverines.
That was a gentle two-hand slam. Gentle two-hand slam.
Amari Long picked up.
Amari Long in the backcourt with Paxton Tolliver. Bounce pass from Jaden Hunter. Nice find to Tolliver from Hunter, and we're tied at 4. A couple minutes gone by. You can see Miller really runs, it sets and executes in the half court. Attacking off the bounce well. Stevens misses it. Rebound for Miller as it's going to be collected by Amari Long. They do have some injuries to the Mavericks, including Elijah Kelly, who's out with an injury. He's in street clothes. He's going to sign to play his college hoops at Longwood. They miss him dearly as he's one of their most impactful performers. It is now Long with the basketball.
That's good defense by the Woodside way. The Miller School.
Morrison staying with the ball handler and Parker Hughes. Chrisman knocks down the 3-ball. Shane Chrisman answering it from long distance. And I know Coach Merriweather was saying he could threaten some of the three-point records that Crotty had, as he's already made 34 threes in 10 games, coming in at 41%.
Wow, that's a three-point shoot, all right.
Misfire for the Wolverines as Chrisman gets the board on that corner 3-ball that didn't go. And now Barksdale gets the steal. Well, Stevens no good, but Barksdale is there for the tip, and a quick timeout from Miller School coach Jack Merriweather. 7-6 is the lead for Miller with 4:39 to go in our first quarter. We'll take a quick pause and hear from Darius.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 meal deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
We're back to the action here. Woodside trailing Miller School 7-6 with 4.5 minutes to go in our first quarter, as Jordan Hairston has just checked in for Miller wearing number 2. Also into the game for the first time is number 33 in Anthony Saunders. What have you seen from Miller so far, Ed?
Again, a team that got shooters, have run their offense really well. The question I would have for them is how much they can contend on the boards. Not that they won't battle. Not that they won't battle, but they got to handle Barksdale when he comes down inside.
Sophomore MJ Montague's in for Woodside wearing number 1. They also have a couple of new faces we'll tell you about here in a second, wearing 5 and 13. 5 is Terrence Hayes, a junior, and 13 is Trent Smalling, a sophomore. There's Trent Smalling uncorking a 3-ball that won't go, rebounded by Dyer, number 15. Into the front court. How about Crotty coming off the bench, still trying to get healthy, I think, from some injuries he's dealt with.
Not 100%.
You can see he's not moving at full speed out there. Attacking off the bounce, it's Jordan Hairston with the bucket plus the foul, as Miller will go to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Do we know, I didn't ask Jack, Coach Merriweather, what Crotty is a knee problem. I saw him rubbing on his knee. I don't know what issue he's had, but he's out there now, so hopefully he will be able to compete 100%.
Coming into this one, he is their leading scorer with Crispin, both at 14 points per game. Free throw is good for Hairston, who chips in 7.4 off the bench. They do have, Ed, 5 players between 7.4 points and 14 points per game, so that matters, having that kind of a balance. And here's a steal by Dyer, ripping it away from the Wolverines.
With the steal. And he's working, and he turns it over.
And then they rip it away again. Hayes.
He's one call away, too much on it.
Morrison too much on that shot. Crotty gets the board up ahead, and the layup is good for Dyer. He averages 10 points per game, does the senior Dyer. Also 5.8 rebounds and 3.3 assists per game, and Miller's out to a 12-6 lead.
I could see one thing. They do get it, want to get it, run it out quick.
Little head fake move by Montague. Corner 3 is going to be dialed up for Terrence Hayes as MJ Montague found him, and the Wolverines strike.
Shane Crispin, he's cut off. Jordan Harrison.
Avion Tucker's checked in for the first time, number 3, a senior wing for the Wolverines. He's going to be pressed with checking up on Crotty, and that time the closeout was late, and Crotty made him pay all night long.
He made that like he does that all the time.
15-9. Crotty setting the state record in threes made a season ago. Tucker down low to Barksdale against Crispin. He's got a size advantage, and he goes to work. Silas Barksdale. We're seeing the 2 stars function well here. Barksdale headed to VCU with 8, and Crotty's got an early 3 off the bench. Headed to Oklahoma State. Oh, what a
nice
find
cut
from Hairston to Saunders.
Beautiful backdoor cutting. Caught Woodside flat-footed. Wide open layup.
Miller's offense is in a groove here, a 17-11 lead, and then Hairston had a steal.
Jordan Harrison is going crazy right now. Good defense. 6-point lead for the Miller. Minute 49 to go in this first quarter. And we got that action.
Bounced in by the Wolverines with Montague.
Messiah Stevens. The savior.
Messiah Wells Stevens. Future Radford Highlander tries to work the baseline and gets knocked out by the Mavs with 1:41 to go in our first quarter. So Miller's doing some things well against this Woodside defense. How do they correct it if you're Stephon Welsh and company, Ed?
Well, again, you're going to have to get defense right now and then do that. Get the ball to Barksdale on the inside block like that. That'll help all night long.
He's got 10 of the 13 for Woodside. He's carrying them in a lot of respects.
Dyer down the lane.
Kick out to Hairston, and he knocks it down. What a find by Dyer to Jordan Hairston as Miller hits their 3rd tray of the first quarter, and they have a 7-point lead at 20-13. Here's Wells Stevens going right to the hoop for 2. That's his first field goal for the point guard.
Now that's the Energizer Bunny right there. He gets them going. He can bring them back single-handedly.
You thought he was the best player on the floor against Hampton in the season opener. Yes. Kicked out, and here's a 3-ball by Crispin from Hairston. But right now, Woodside is not connecting these 3-point shooters for Miller.
Yeah, they got to get out on them. They got to prevent them from getting the basketball because you can't shoot if you don't have the ball because they seem deadly with that 3.
Woodside won its opener 68-53 over Hampton. Here's Messiah Wells Stevens getting right to the rack for the finish on the feed from Barksdale. Usually it's Barksdale getting it from Wells Stevens. This time it was Messiah getting it from Silas. Corner 3. That will not go down for Hairston. And the rebound collected by Montague. Wells Stevens kicks it to Dietrich. That's not going to go. Rebound is pulled in by Crotty. Miller has it. On the wing, 3-point shot is money to beat the buzzer as Hairston gets it to Shane Crispin. And how about that one, Ed? 3 for 3 from deep for Shane Crispin, showing shades of what Damian Robinson of Lansdowne and Kalen Chilton did earlier for C.G. Woodson. And the Mavs have a 26-17 lead as we head to the second quarter.
In the same spots, too. I mean, he's water from those positions, man. It's almost automatic. So they're going to have to get out on him. You either pressure the ball handler, he can't find shooters. You blanket the shooter so he can't catch it and shoot it. And you got to get out on people. And then again on offense, you got to be. If they miss a three, Woodside got to come down and at least get a two.
Second quarter action's coming your way, but where can you grill and chill, Ed? Where can you grill and chill?
I would say send me to Dairy Queen.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Oh, yes, they've got the $7 meal deal. Happy tastes good when you go to Dairy Queen. With the coach, Ed Young, I'm Matt Hatfield. This is a good one, Ed. Miller School out to a 9-point lead against the Wolverines of Woodside in a matchup of defending state champs.
The shooting for Miller School is unbelievable. They're getting the open shots. They feel comfortable. They're shooting it in rhythm. They're getting rebounds and running out on them.
Ready for the second quarter to get underway, and bounding right in front of us for Miller School will be Jalen Dyer, 10 points per game for him, wearing number 15.
In the Miller inbound.
And we got a whistle, it looks like.
13.
13 call for that foul. And that being for Woodside, Trent Smalling.
Trent sophomore trying to really put the clamps on Carter. Now they're going to make a switch. Oh, now they got to cover.
Ryan Crotty looking to attack off the dribble and loses the handle. Morrison's got the steal. Up to Stevens. And there's Barksdale who can get the finish. It's tapped at. And
good tap out. He saw where his teammate was. He couldn't grab it. Tap it out.
Hairston has the basketball.
And that's good defense by the way that possession stayed with the Miller.
Woodside known as the Way.
Show me the way. They're right here in Woodside.
Glad you're tuned in here with a little over 7 minutes to go from Woodside High School. It's the finale of the Woodside Away Hoop Fest with the coach Young. I'm Matt Hatfield. And what another nice backdoor cut of Shane Chrisman scores it on the feed from Jalen Dyer, who's already got 2 assists.
Yeah, that again, Miller School running their offense. Beautiful backdoor cut on right around the baseline. A beautiful pass to him, layup.
28-17 is the tally. Woodside trailing Miller School in this matchup of defending state champions. Let's hear from Town Bank.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Serving others and enriching lives, part of the motto at Town Bank. Call or visit townbank.com and find your banker, member FDIC. Wolverines coming this one a perfect 6-0 on the season. Miller with some injuries and some close losses fell to Broughton Catholic. And there's a corner three. You can ring it up for MJ Montague as he strikes to cut the deficit from 11 to 8. Miller also lost to New Hanover by 19, Green Level by 4, Stewart Hall by 6, and the St. Anne's Belfield game by 4 in overtime we referenced a little earlier in our broadcast. I'll tell you about some of the wins Woodside has amassed here to get us to this point, but look at the defense now by Trent Smalling, who is pressuring the ball handler, and it's a turnover for Miller. And we'll see if they turn up the defense, much like Kings Fork tried to do when they got behind against C.G. Woodson, taking a deficit to 17 and got it all the way down to 4.
Out of Woodside, Wolverine, 6:37 to go.
I'm watching to see what Woodside has done in this terms of their defense after that timeout, because they've gotten a couple slap outs, a couple deflections. Actually just turned up the heat a little bit here.
Third Miller turnover of the quarter here in 1 minute and 27 seconds. And now it's an 8-point game, a chance to get closer for the host Wolverines. Well, Stevens gets downhill, kicks it out. Montague gives it over to Avion Tucker, and Tucker knocks it down from deep for the triple, 28-23. Woodside down by 5. It was an 11-point lead moments ago for Miller. Trying to get themselves settled are the Mavericks. Here's Saunders attacking off the dribble, and he scores it, plus the foul as they'll call it on Smalling. And Saunders.
Coach Wells wanted to see if they got a hook, maybe. The referee missed a hook coming on in there.
That's going to be the 3rd foul on Smalling we're showing. I had him with 2, but the official's saying it's his 3rd. So he will head to the bench. They got Deuce Jarrett on the bench. And Ed, Deuce Jarrett was such an X factor in that season opening win over Hampton, 68-53. He hit some big outside shots, loosened up the defense. Since then, the Wolverines have been beating people by wide margins. Phoebus 91-37 as the free throw is good for Saunders. 69-32 over Bethel. 97-54 over Heritage. 57-45 over Denby. And beating Menchville 83-38 just 2 nights ago. Here's Wells Stevens getting rid of it before he goes out of bounds. Dietrich swings it. They go down low to Barksdale, and he can't get the finish. Rebound by Jaden Hunter as the young pup is really stepping up for Miller. Up by 8 in this one. They get it to Dyer, who's got a couple of assists. Looking for his 3rd here. Doesn't get it, but a couple of free throws coming for Jaden Hunter.
Jaden Hunter foul.
Besides hitting those outside jumpers, I'm noticing with Miller, a lot of their half-court set, they do cut off that high post real nice and slice cut through there to catch that pass to come back inside.
How about this class of 2029 talent, Jaden Hunter, as he hits the free throw? I said 2029, yes. He's an 8th grader. He's already got a scholarship offer from Virginia Commonwealth that he picked up on October 13th. He's got a 4.3 GPA. Plays on the travel circuit for Boo Williams. But he's a savvy young player who's going to be really good in years to come.
I stopped when you said 4.3 GPA. Wow.
And some of the reports on him from analysts all over the country just talk about his maturity well beyond his years. And they're leaning on him right now without Elijah Kelly. It's going to be a steal by Miller with Amari Long as they take that one away from the Wolverines here. 5:14 to go in our 2nd period.
I mean, we see some good youngsters here today. You know, Robinson and Shaw, Lansdowne, a freshman. Chilton for Woodson, a sophomore. And now we're seeing an 8th grader who has really good poise, athletic ability, and a 4.3 GPA.
Poked away. Can't get the finish. Rebound comes back to Wells Stevens. Here's Wells Stevens over to Tucker. Can't get that 3 to fall, and the rebound is collected by the Mavericks.
4:40 to go in this first half. Jalen Dwyer has it. Crotty for 3. Short. Can't get that to go.
Crotty can't get the long-range connection, and Terrence Hayes comes away with the board. 33-23. Hayes throws it way too high for Barksdale, but they're fortunate it got deflected by the Mavericks here. And Callan Morrison will come in for number 3, Avion Tucker, and Jordan Hairston will relieve Anthony Saunders for the Mavericks.
Woodside would need a great time to get a bucket here. They're going to need a bucket. They're down 10 as it is. Want to try to keep it under 10 by going into halftime.
The Messiah. No.
Here's the feed. Morrison over to MJ Montague, and MJ Montague makes it a 7-point game.
Yes, sir.
33-26.
Thought about driving. As
Dyer over to an open shooter. Amari Long can't connect. Offensive rebound though for Long. And then it's going to be the hustle of Messiah Wells Stevens, who was out of bounds. But you said it earlier, Ed, he's the Energizer Bunny.
Yes.
He is loose and running wild out here and giving Miller all kinds of headaches.
Every time I've seen him play 100% start to finish, regardless of score. And that's why I think he is their key guy. That's why he's the energy guy. But he doesn't just run around. He scores buckets. He gets stops. He gets rebounds. He's great at ripping and running. So, again, he's the one that's got to come through, but he can't do it himself.
So with 3:56 to go in the first half, looks like Miller will be inbounding to our left with Jalen Dyer. Stephon Welsh and company trying to get behind the crowd here, get to halftime where it's a 1 or 2 possession game and they can have their trademark third quarter spurts that they are known for. Even when he played for John Richardson several years back on those back-to-back state title winning teams in 2004-05, the Wolverines coming off back-to-back state titles.
I know that you reminded me because we were up 3 at halftime, and at the end of the third quarter we were down 12. Stephon Welsh, I think, had something like 10 points himself in that third quarter.
Edson Zwee, he coached Green Run with B.J. Jenkins and Latay Darden back in that 2004 season. Barksdale gathers himself and scores it off the glass for 2. 28-33, 5-point deficit now for the Wolverines.
Get him more involved. Get him touches every time down. Post him, let him go strong to the hole.
Miller now trying to capitalize. It's going to be Donnell Deuce Jarrett jumping in front of a Hairston pass, and he goes in for 2 as Woodside's defense is triggering some offense. Suddenly a 3-point game.
And again, I think it started with Cy Stevens went for that inbounds pass on the side. Even though he stepped out of bounds, he got him going.
This is showing shades of that Kings Fork C.G. Woodson game earlier where it was Woodson running at 6, much like Woodson, and then Woodson, like Kings Fork, trying to use their speed and tempo to ratchet things up even more. Well, Stevens knocks it away from Dyer. Here he goes to the hoop and can't get the dunk, and the rebound for Miller. Crotty over now, Jaden Hunter.
Dunk it, just laid up.
Almost got called for traveling, but he gets some contact absorbing it. And what a break for Miller. It could have been a 1-point game, and just like that, they can possibly settle down to make it a 1-point deficit. And, well, Stevens was about to make this place go bananas here at Woodside.
Anytime you see a 5'9", 5'10" guy dunking, you're going to go crazy. But right there, you needed the layup. Don't worry about all that flash and dash stuff. That can come later.
Well, you, sir, got a chance to witness one of those posterizing dunks that he had in last year's state semifinals at Norfolk State against Green Run. I was on my way to do an ODU women's basketball game, final home game of the year against James Madison. But I saw the highlights later. That dunk was one of the top plays of the season, top 10.
Yeah, he rose and rose. Yeah.
And it really triggered things for Woodside in that game because if I recall, Green Run was trying to creep closer, and Woodside from there pretty much pulled away. Miller now, he doesn't convert that dunk. Maybe they can steady things here to get to halftime up by a couple possessions as opposed to the Wolverines catching them. But it all starts at the defensive end of the court for the visiting Mavericks, as they might fall back into more of a zone look here. We'll see. They're staying mostly man-to-man right now, but we'll see if they can dare some Wolverines to shoot.
I want to say it's more of a matchup because I see guys being passed on. Matchup is usually cover the ball man-to-man and you cover areas.
They get it to Barksdale, who was battling inside with Chrisman. Chrisman more of your skinny, lanky type of small forward, power forward hybrid now with the way the game's played. He can shoot it from way downtown, but Barksdale's got the power edge down low, and he'll draw the foul.
He got the weight and size on people. I'm looking at Barksdale now, and again, I've watched him a couple games here. It just seems like he's dragging a little bit. I don't know, maybe he's a little under the weather. I remember.
Well, this was the first trip to the foul line for Woodside in this whole first half, Ed.
That's another point. They're not getting the freebies at the foul line. When you're behind, it's the best way to catch up besides the 3 is to get that clock stopped.
And they'll have to play through him if they want to turn this deficit that's 4 into a lead and a win tonight. They've settled for 9 threes, and they've made 4 of those threes, but Miller has done a lot of damage themselves from behind the arc as Dyer kicks it out on top to Crotty. Little head fake, shot fake. Here's a deep 3 for Crotty. Oh, and he knocks it down. How about the range for Ryan Crotty on that trifecta? My goodness, 38-31 Mavs.
Young fellows will be doing those for the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Getting himself some boots and a
Oklahoma
hat.
State. Here's Deuce Jarrett bouncing it back to Wells Stevens. 3-pointer now for Hayes. It won't go down, and Barksdale's trying to carve out some space down low, and he got bumped trying to get the offensive rebound. You're right. It doesn't feel like he's quite as spry, but he's had some 20-20 games this year. He's produced. You just wonder if his pace has got him a little bit tired.
It could be because he doesn't. When he played against Hampton, at the beginning of that game, he was all over the place on the glass, foul line, drove from the elbow down. I don't see that movement in him tonight. And again, cold season going on, whatever. He could have something under the weather a little bit. I don't know.
Mavs aren't as deep into their bench you would suspect. Well, Stevens drives and kicks. Here's the penetration. Gets it out to Hayes, and the three won't go down. Rebound is going to be pulled in by Saunders. Miller's going to have some players step up, both guards and forwards, in terms of rebounding if they want to maintain this lead and have any opportunity to increase it. Here's Saunders, two defenders. Well, Stevens was set. He'll miss the shot, and he'll be over the Wolverines there. How about Will Stevens, though, putting his body there, trying to draw a charge, had Saunders going all the way to the cup.
Yeah, again, he's got, those are little things. Trying to put himself in a situation. Oh, they changed the call.
They're going to say it is Wolverines basketball. I don't think they changed it. I think it was Woodside ball.
Okay. I thought he had pointed to Miller first.
I wonder if they'll do the teddy bear toss tonight if Woodside wins like they did at Norfolk Scope tonight for the Admirals.
Oh, man. I wanted to be there when they did that. I didn't know it was tonight, though.
Barksdale with the hoop. And Silas makes it a 5-point deficit for the host Wolverines. Steal by Hayes. Up ahead to Morrison, and he scores it for the easy deuce. So it started with Hayes finding Barksdale, and then the Wolverines get a steal and a transition layup. 3-point lead. Will Miller hold for the last shot? No, they won't. Here's Crotty for three. Might have rushed that one. I think he did, in fact. But here's a chance for Miller to hustle and get it back. Down low to Barksdale, who can't finish it, but his tap and also no good. His third one no good. And it's rebounded by Miller. Crotty, deep one. That doesn't go down, and Chrisman is blocked at the very end by Barksdale. And we had a head-spinning end of this second quarter. The Wolverines of Woodside trail the Mavericks of the Miller School 38-35, defending VISAA state champs on top by a count of 38-35. We'll catch our breath, add up some of these numbers, and tell you what we should look out for in the second half. We've got 2 more quarters of basketball to conclude this edition of the Woodside Way Hoop Fest from Newport News, and you're watching all the action exclusively on Cobra Sports TV.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients, and we're more than a hospital.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.
It's the Morning Drive with me, Johnny D.
He's live and he's local. The Morning Drive with Johnny D. Weekdays 6 to 9 on Fox Sports 1310 AM and 100.9 FM.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in a phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cove Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
At Rush Soccer, our love of the game and the community we create doesn't stop when we leave the pitch or when the season ends. We are more than an individual player, team, club, or league. We are a truly global community of athletes, parents, coaches, professionals, and fans. We believe that youth sports and the pathway to a lifelong love of soccer have the power to form deep, meaningful connections that will fundamentally shape our players and those in our community. We believe that what we feel is the key to what we can achieve. Feel the pride. Feel the confidence. Feel the legacy. Feel the connection. Feel the trust. Feel the acceptance. Feel the purpose. Feel the difference. Feel the rush.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies. with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
It's halftime here at Woodside High School in Newport News, where we have for you the finale, brought to you by Dairy Queen. It's fan food, not fast food. Every day is sweet when you're enjoying Blizzard treats like M&M's, Reese's, cookie dough, Oreo fudge brownie, and so much more. Thanks for being fans all these years, and here's to many more. Dairy Queen Lansdowne, it's fan food, not fast food. With the one and only Coach Ed Young, he has 500-plus wins in his illustrious coaching career. He said I don't know how many games he won in his illustrious coaching career that included stops at Northview High, Green Run High, Suffolk High, where he won a state championship, and Nansemond River High School, along with college stops at Mount Aloysius and Quinnipiac. God bless you. You did win, by my count, 517 games in 34 seasons at the high school level. So I do keep track of the good numbers and the bad numbers. But I already dispute out the bad numbers.
I'm going to try to add to that. Hopefully next year I can add to that.
If you're back on the sidelines. But we've got some first half stats for all of you out there. It is 38-35 in favor of Miller School. What's jumping at you?
Well, when I look at the stats, I say the shooting for Miller School, obviously, Shane Christmas, 11 points, 3 for 4 from 3, and I mean those were all water. He has 3 rebounds for his skinny self out there. Jordan Harrison and Ryan Crotty, 6 points each. Crotty is the one that can show that three-pointer. He's only taken, I think, 4, made 2. He's 2 for 4, I think, from the three-point line. Mavs altogether 13 of 23, well over 50% from the field, 6 of 14 from 3. That's pretty decent. 6-6 free throw line. Figure that one out. They're always going to be shooting good free throws. Bad stat for the Mavs, 9 turnovers. Woodside, Silas Barksdale, 15 points, and I mean he's working for him. 4 rebounds. MJ Montague, 6 points, 3 assists. Wolverines, 15 of 31 from the floor. Not real good. 4-11 from 3. Not real good. Only been to the free throw line twice, made 1. They have 11 rebounds. So and only 5 turnovers. So they're in the game. It's in the game. It's just a shooting.
What can Woodside do to turn this in their favor in the second half? And if you're Coach Merriweather, what is he telling his troops here as they try to protect this lead and come out of here with a victory?
Obviously, on that defense, you cannot let those guys catch in rhythm and take those 3. You've got to run out on them. You got to either put ball pressure on the guys. You can't find them real easy. Cover that 3-man as hard as you can. Make sure weak side help is ready to come over. Lansdowne, get the ball to Barksdale. Get rebounds. Get runouts. Get some easy buckets. Get them to get Miller to turn it over. Get Miller deeper into their bench. I think that they can't go pretty much past 6-7 guys. Try to get them in their bench.
Last question for you, and it's maybe the most important one. We've not had but one game, I think, decided by single digits. A 62-55 win for C.G. Woodson over Kings Fork. Will this be our closest margin of victory by night's end, whether it means the Mavericks come away with a road win or Woodside stays undefeated? What do you think?
I feel confident Woodside can pull this out, but they can't wait for Miller just to fall apart or let them come back and win. They're going to have to earn it.
But you didn't answer my question. Will this be the closest final score?
For close final score.
7-point win for Woodson or the closest game, because the margins were Marshall by 26 over Hayfield, Lansdowne by 28 over Denby, and Oscar Smith by 28 over Kempsville. The one with Woodson and Kings Fork was
I'll
our
roll
closest.
the dice and say this one will be
the closest.
We'll come down to closest. I got to get 6 or lower. I got to be 6 or lower. Yeah, I'll put $1 on it.
And if no, you don't do that with high school games.
Oh, that's right. You can't do it on high school games.
If you're wrong, it means Jimmy has to buy everybody in the gym dinner tonight.
That's not
right.
happening.
Okay.
Jimmy can't buy himself dinner. That's not happening.
Okay. It'll be Callan Morrison inbounding the basketball to Messiah Wells Stevens. Maybe Nick will take care. Nick and Chuck get all the big bucks at Cova Sports TV.
3-point lead.
Yeah, that could be.
Messiah Stevens has it.
Messiah Wells Stevens as the Wolverines have it to begin this third quarter.
Hayes in the corner. He'll let it go for 3.
Deep shot will not go down for the Wolverines with Hayes. And Amari Long's got it. for the Miller School. 38-35 lead at the break, trying to get up by a larger margin than that.
Let's see, Ron Crotty is starting the second half. He did not start the game. Now they got all their triple threat three-point guys in there.
That certainly had to be by design. Here's Amari Long. And it'll be a foul on Woodside. Did they try to get more things? You know, Amari Long's not a big offensive threat, just 2.8 points per game, but he might be the guy that Woodside tries to sag off of. So he could have a couple of shots here in this third quarter.
Yeah, you can. You got to pick your poison. And I'm going to give a guy that's averaging 2 points a game. I'm not going to really cover him hard. I got to find out that guy that's the leading scorer, that guy that's shooting, 38, 40-some% from the field.
Here's Long for three. He missed it, and Barstow gets the defensive board, and now Woodside has a chance to tie or pull within one. Kick out to Dietrich, who's not uncorked and made three yet. Here's Morrison from deep. That's not going to fall, and it's out to Miller. Woodside's three-point game, Ed, has not been that consistent. You mentioned some of the numbers at the break here as so far in this basketball game.
4 for 11, I think.
Yeah, they're now 4-13 as they've missed on 2 to start here with Morrison and Hayes. Long gets it over to Saunders. Crotty thought about a three. Will try to drive against Messiah Wells Stevens. Has to be careful with that basketball because Woodside's looking to pick the pocket and run the other way. Long gets it to Saunders.
That's good defense by the Woodside Wolverine.
Crotty from deep. Can't connect. Rebound, though. Offensive rebound for Crispin. Just the third offensive rebound tonight for Miller School. It goes off the leg of Saunders as Crotty tried to jump pass it to him down low, and it'll be a substitution now for Woodside as Morrison goes out, and it looks like MJ Montague has re-entered the ballgame. You know, Montague's given them some nice numbers.
Yes, he gave a little spark in that first half. I'm surprised he didn't start the second half, but then again, he may like him just coming off that bench. Some players, I think, are better coming off the bench than starting.
Well, Stevens finds Montague for the game, tying three. 6:02 to go in the third as MJ Montague knocks us up at 38 all. 11-point lead for Miller has evaporated. Here's Saunders. His lead shot will not go. Rebounded by Hayes. Miller bouncing into the front court with Wells Stevens. Attacking baseline, Dietrich over to Hayes. Hayes up top to Wells Stevens. There's going to be a whistle here.
And they said 5 posted guarded.
And it's going to be on Woodside, Ed.
Barksdale, illegal screen.
Surprised by that one? Don't see it often called.
I watched it. I thought he was set. I think he leaned into him. You can move and get an illegal screen, or you lean into the defender to get an illegal screen. I think he leaned into. Oh.
Laser pass from Crotty to Crispin, and Miller goes back in front, 40-38.
Weak side defense. Nobody sloughed back off. Wide open on that cut. It's about the 4th beautiful cut that Miller has done today, and scored on all of them.
Here's Wells Stevens over to Hayes. Wells Stevens has got it. Left-handed dribble. He's going to go back right. Oh, he got right by Saunders. Tell you what, his separation on his dribble moves are something to watch.
He does. He has different gear. He's quick with the hands, but he's fast with his feet.
Saunders with the personal. Barksdale catching it in from Montague.
Cut.
Wells Stevens along the baseline. His errant pass is going to be stolen away by Saunders. They did hit the rim, but that was a turnover essentially, and it'll be a foul on Dietrich for Woodside, who's been quiet tonight. They have to get a couple of shots to go down for Jaden Dietrich, who is one of the youngsters that Coach Welsh is counting on for some production this season as they try to make it a three-peat. He, a sophomore wing who has the ability, much like Deuce Jarrett, to get going. Neither one of those guys scored, but a total of 2 points in the first half. Jarrett had 1 field goal, and Dietrich's yet to hit.
Right, they got to get production from some other guys other than... Barksdale had, 14 points in the first half. To me, it was a quiet 14. They got to go to him, I think, every possession.
Crispin's three won't go down. Rebounded by Dietrich.
Dumps it down. The big fella, Silas.
There's Silas Barksdale underneath, and he's continuing to eat in the paint. Silas with the hoop. Deadlocked at 40 again. It's our second tie of this third quarter. And his point guard found there, Messiah Wells Stevens, who's got the assist. Oh, here's Crotty. His three ball won't go, and the long rebound comes out to Montague. Woodside's looking for the lead, and Stephon Welsh will burn a timeout. He'll get Deuce Jarrett in before we resume play with 3:53 to go in our third quarter. And while we had this chance, we'll let you hear a little bit about One Life Fitness.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there, because here you are more. One Life Fitness.
That's right, Ed. You are more. One Life Fitness, one inspired life. We're here to help. Start your new membership today at any one of our 8 convenient locations across Hampton Roads. Go to onelifefitness.com. Claim a free trial pass. One Life Fitness. Well, Stevens over to Montague, gets it back here. Wolverines looking for their first lead of this second half. They were down early, and they got it. Good find of Barksdale, getting it from Montague.
High-low action
for the first time.
5th assist of the night as Woodside has pushed in front behind the Virginia Commonwealth University signee. They're getting a lot of fan support on the Wolverines here, cheering them on. It's going to be poked away by Wells Stevens, but it comes back out to Anthony Saunders and the Mavericks. Here's Saunders in the corner to Crotty. Crotty's three won't go down. He's been cold. Kicked out. And that time it's good for Dyer from Saunders. And just like that, after the 42-40 lead, Dyer hits the three ball to put Miller up by a whisker.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one. I thought that the big fella for Miller would be more inside, but he came out and hit that one.
Well, Stevens' pull-up jumper won't go down. Crotty gets the defensive board. Here's Hairston going right to the basket, and he scores it for 2 as Jordan Hairston is up to 8 points, and the middle lead is back to 3.
On that leg. Messiah Stevens.
Well, Stevens behind the back of the dribble. Bounces it down low. It gets away from Hayes, and it'll be a turnover for the Wolverines, and Miller School will sub in. It looks like long. It looks like Wells Stevens is going to the bench, and Callan Morrison comes in. So just a precious couple of minutes here with Wells Stevens on the bench, how the Woodside guards react without him.
Yeah, and he made a couple of changes. Actually made 3 changes. Get some new energy in there.
Here's Crotty looking for his first 2-point field goal. It's a fadeaway, and he does not get the roll. Continues to stay cold here in this second half, Ed, as he is 0 for 4 after halftime from the floor.
Yeah, he's had 1-3 this half. Oh, there was the steal.
Away. And Hairston goes right to the rack for the finish, 47-42. 7-0 burst for Miller.
5-point lead now for the Miller.
Over to Deuce Jarrett. Donnell Jarrett bounces it back to Callan Morrison. Crossover move to try to get by Hairston, and he's going to get bumped going to the hoop with 1:40 to go in our third quarter. Feels like Miller has survived that little surge that Woodside had to end the first half and begin our third quarter.
Miller, the Woodside team had to work so hard just to kind of get the tie score, and then all of a sudden, boom, here comes Miller answering back with their energy to increase it to a 5-pointer. And in that little tirade back and forth, Woodside didn't even get a shot off with a couple of turnovers. When you're behind and you're going that hard, you have to at least get a good shot. You can't turn the ball over, not when you're behind.
Second foul shot is good for Morrison, so he splits a pair. Hard to believe Woodside has gone just 2 of 4 from the line tonight, and that was the first make from someone not named Silas Barksdale, who was carrying the offensive load, Ed, with 19 of their 43 points. And keep in mind, he had 10 of the first 13 out of the gate for the Wolverines.
Yes. And again, this is a problem for Woodside, not getting to that foul line, because that's when that clock stops.
Corner 3 won't go for Chrisman. Offensive rebound was controlled just for a second by Hunter before he lost it to Deuce Jarrett. Now it's Avion Tucker, who's got one make from deep tonight out of 2 field goal attempts, both from behind the arc. Tucker over to Montague across the way. Lobs it up for Barksdale. And I tell you what, Ed, MJ Montague, not just his scoring, but his playmaking. He's making some nifty passes to his big fella.
That was a great inside steal by Barksdale. They swung the ball over. Barksdale kept the man on his hip, pointed towards the basket, and put a nice threaded pass in there.
Hairston won't get it to go, and there's a foul on the rebound with Jarrett. So Woodside was down 47-42 after getting a 42-40 lead. And here we are with the Wolverines in position to tie or take the lead here as we hit under a minute to go in our third quarter. Montague with 9 points, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. Is this his breakout night? It sure feels like it. Here's Deuce Jarrett.
He's been a big key for them. He has been a big key for them.
And Deuce with the Deuce to tie us up at 47 all. Hairston's got 2 defenders in his pathway, and he loses it. And Deuce goes all the way to the rack. Miller with its 3rd turnover of the quarter, and it proved costly as they fall behind by a pair. Will they hold for the last shot of the quarter? Dyer will try a 3, though, and he knocks it right down.
Not the one you expect, but that's his 2nd in a row.
So from 49-47 and Miller up 50-49 on Dyer's trifecta. Can Jarrett beat the Horde? Off balance, his 3 won't go down, and it's rebounded by Miller with Amari Long. And we go to the 4th quarter and ourselves looking at a barn burner. 50-49, the Miller School Mavericks cling to a narrow 1-point lead, and we've got the 4th quarter finish coming your way in just a moment on Cova Sports TV, and get a chance to hear more about Cova Painting. What is it? Well,
Cova Painting.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
They just don't paint at Cova Painting, they transform spaces. Give them a call at 757-550-7357. That's 757-550-7357. 4th quarter has arrived as Miller School bounces it in with the 8th grader Jaden Hunter with the Rockets' Amari Long. 50-49, Jack Meriwether's Mavericks lead it by a sliver here as we begin the 4th and final stanza with Coach Ed Young. I'm Matt Hatfield here on Cova Sports TV. Ball is loose, and taking that steal is Avion Tucker.
For the Woodside Wolverines.
Donnell Deuce Jarrett up top to Avion Tucker. Bounce pass down low, and the dunk is there for Silas Barksdale as they find the big fella with the flush.
Again, that's what you got to do. Get it to the big fella inside. Let him play up in there, up in the rim area.
Jarrett able to create and find him, and now Miller School gets called for steps as Hunter gives it right back to the host Wolverines. 51-50 as it goes right back. 7 minutes to play. Here's Jarrett attacking off the dribble. Shot won't go. Rebounded by Dyer. Good hands by Jarrett on defense to get that steal. Jarrett in the corner. Here's a 3. And how about Trent Smalling knocking down his first 3-pointer at a very opportune time. Woodside has its biggest lead at 54-50.
Good ball movement on the 4th pass. He got some wide open shot. There it is.
Deep 3 for Chrisman, and it's money.
He's reminding everybody he's still here.
Shane Chrisman with his 4th triple of the night. Here's Jarrett over to Trent Smalling. Jarrett over to Smalling, misses the shot this time, and the rebound is pulled in by Saunders.
5 seconds to go in this ball game. 1-point lead for the Wave. And that's a turnover.
Turnover for Woodside. What'd you see on that trip, Ed?
Yeah, on the turnover there, obviously, Saunders got a rebound, just went with the ball. Was going to try to turn it inside, just lost the handle of the ball. Give it up, get it out. Woodside with the lead, come down, throw the extra pass, get Barksdale, screen Barksdale, get him ready to get in there. Timeout, Woodside.
So Woodside will take a pause here with a 54-53 lead with 6 minutes to go here on Cova Sports TV. Let's hear from Chicho's Pizza. Chicho's Pizza is all over Hampton Roads. Go try them out. It's been delivering some of the best pizzas since all the way back 1968. Pepperoni, cheese, sausage, it's all available for you. Go pay them a visit. Tell them Matt Hatfield and Ed Young sent you from Cova Sports TV. It's more than just pizza. Down low to Barksdale, they're going to say on the floor before you get the finish. And with 5:53 to go in regulation, it's going to be the second personal on young Jaden Hunter.
Yes. Again, 8th grader. Could be a redshirt 8th grader.
2029. Here's Jarrett. Little head fake in the lane. Kicks it out. Looking to get it back. Barksdale down low. Head fakes. Count it plus the foul as Silas Barksdale is playing one heck of a second half. You wondered about some of the stamina for him, endurance, but here down the stretch, they know they ride their horse to the finish line.
I've been saying it the whole game. Give him room. Let him have room to seal guys, post up inside. I know he likes to play a little bit on that perimeter, but I don't see anybody on Miller School really stopping him unless they bring all the help. And they bring the help, now you got 3-point shot opportunities.
He's really come into his own here. That free throw is no good. Rebounded by Chrisman.
Woodside's biggest lead.
Jordan Harrison has it. Dwyer thought about it. Back up top to Chrisman for 3.
Deep 3 is buried by Shane Chrisman.
You cannot let him open.
What a shot, though, by Shane Chrisman.
Chrisman, you cannot leave. Both his last 2 threes he's made, he's wide open.
Messiah Will Stevens almost get called for steps. We're tied at 56 in a game that is possibly headed for extra fun. Here's Will Stevens getting ready to jump in front of us, and thankfully
don't jump his table, because if he comes to the table, I'm going under.
Hairston, in fact, couldn't believe it. He thought it was last touch by Will Stevens, who actually had a little reaction to almost show up Hairston there. He was a little bit annoyed at that. He wants to make it a little bit one-on-one action if he can take him. They go down low to Barksdale, and he scores it again off the glass. How about the assist from the Wolverines? Montague again, his 8th assist as he's finding Barksdale better than some of the other guards on this team.
He can go double digits if he wants. Just keep getting the ball to Barksdale.
Here's Chrisman from deep.
Now that's how they made Chrisman move. Most 3-point shooters, when they don't have their feet set, are not good 3-point shooters.
Getting ready to check in for Miller School is Anthony Saunders, the Edison transfer. Here it is, Jarrett for 3 from Will Stevens, and he knocks it down from way downtown. Donnell Deuce Jarrett putting the Wolverines up by 5. Here's Crotty from way downtown. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can.
He hit that from the logo. Logo. It's a logo 3.
4 minutes to go.
What action we've got here as Jarrett's three contested by Crotty goes down, and we'll watch the replay here on our Cova Sports TV. Wish we could show it to you on here, but it's not in my effect here.
Yeah,
Handoff
put off
from
the-
Hamari Long and Crotty knocking it down.
I wonder if he's related to the John
He's
Crotty.
not. We asked that earlier. I asked that to check whether you weren't paying attention when I asked.
I
it,
wasn't
but that's
paying
nothing
attention.
New. Yeah, that's nothing new with you. So
I must
here
have
we
watched.
go.
I had my eyes on one of the
Hey,
young
we gotta
ladies
check
in
a
the
lot of Mr.
stand.
Timmons to the left. Oh, you were definitely checking out some ladies in the stands. That's up your alley. 61-59. Miller School trails it by 2. Big time shot making from long distance in this one in the fourth quarter as Donnell Deuce Jarrett hits the three. Hits the three that is answered by Ryan Crotty. Ed, what are you thinking if you're in these two huddles here for Coach Merriweather and his Mavs and Coach Welsh and the Wolverines?
Let's get
Woodside, Coach Welsh, get the ball inside of Barksdale. Don't force it, swing it. If he's not open, if they collapse, you got a decent shot. Miller School, Coach Merriweather, stop the ball from going inside, put more pressure on the passer, speed him up on D.
Here's Wells Stevens. Montague gives it to Jarrett. His three won't go down this time, but Barksdale is there to get the finish inside. 63-59. Back in transition. Hairston goes to the basket, can't get the layup, and Barksdale gobbles up the rebound. Wells Stevens handling it over to Jarrett. Jarrett stops mid-post to Barksdale, and he got it to go. Silas Barksdale carrying Woodside here on his back. What a game he's had. I want to add up his points when we get a pause. He's got 10 in the fourth quarter. And they're going to call a double dribble on Chrisman. Back over to Woodside, Ed.
Yeah, they said he double dribbled. I thought he took steps, but they said he double dribbled. I thought it was steps.
I think Barksdale's got 29. We'll double check it though.
Yeah, he has gone off in this quarter. But it's all posting up, and they're getting on the ball. All he's doing is using that height at 6'9" to get the ball right off the backboard. Simple game. It's a simple game.
I've got him with 31 right now.
I'm not going to dispute you because I'm not keeping score, so I'm going to say, because I think halftime he had, what, 15?
I think he's got 31 of the 65 points right now for Woodside.
It sounds about right.
3:15 to go. Woodside's up by 6. Want to hear about John's tax service? Take a look.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. You need John Maynard. PFP, LUTCF, EA, all those initials behind his name mean he's qualified to work on your taxes. He's an ATA, accredited tax advisor. He's an ATP, accredited tax preparer. He's a fellow at NTPI, the National Tax Practice Institute. And if all that weren't enough, he's also been voted the best of Norfolk and the best of Virginia Beach Awards. John Maynard has been professionally trained in tax preparation.
All right, 31 points and 8 rebounds for Silas Barksdale. Turnover, though, on the Wolverines as Jarrett loses it. Saunders with a steal. In the corner, 3-ball for Chrisman. That one rims out. Dyer gets the rebound. And they're going to get a couple of shots at the free throw line. Will the Mavericks, as they try to get in the lane, and Stephon Welsh almost at midcourt here.
He's on the court. Yeah, you got to step back, Stephon. You're not playing, you're coaching.
It's Wells Stevens' second personal foul. Let's look at the free throw shooting for the Miller School here, Ed, as some of their foul shooters could be crucial down the stretch here as Dyer hits the first. On the year long, 100% at 5 of 5 coming in. After that, 68% for Crotty, 67% for Chrisman, 64% for Saunders. Dyer down at 36% during this one, and he's going to go 2 for 2. How big were those two foul shots?
Jinx works again on a reverse.
65-61. Can Miller's defense going to stop? Here they're going to. It's Barksdale. His jumper won't go. Rebounded by Saunders. One of the rare misses for Barksdale. Bounce from Hairston to Crispin. It's a 2-point game. What execution in the open court as Hairston drops his 5th time to make it a 2-point gap.
Ran the floor that time and got a little bit ahead of Barksdale, so his height didn't mean anything underneath the bucket.
18 for Crispin. Barksdale kicks it out for Jared. His corner 3 is going to go. Donnell Deuce Jared with his second trifecta of the 4th quarter, and it gives Woodside a 5-point lead. Dyer not going to take a 3. He's going to drive with the left hand. He's going to get it to go off the glass. Jalen Dyer with the 2. As he found a good one-on-one matchup, curling through to cut it to 3 with 2:10 to play.
Got himself a ball screen up on the weak side part of the lane. Took it right all into the hole. Again, Woodside, weak side defense missing.
68-65. Woodside clinging to a 3-point lead. Don't go anywhere. It's Cova Sports TV. You don't want to miss the finish. And here's a word from Town Bank.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Townbank.com, serving others, enriching lives. If all of you could hear the off-air commentary between Coach Young and me, you would just be mesmerized. Sometimes you are. Final score tonight, Nance River beating Salem 50-34. We'll also pass along that the Roar Hill Lions, under your former coach, Paul Hall, got themselves a victory. Oh, Barksdale with the flush. Get him 33. Jarrett with the feed.
Beautiful. Once again, he sealed him inside. He found him. Deuce found him. Beautiful pass. Stuff it home. Big
These
fella.
assists from Montague and Jarrett tonight, mighty, mighty good. Saunders in the lane. His shot is good. 70-67 with 1:27 to go.
A minute 20 to go. Messiah Stevens has it. And they have MJ
Montague throws it. It's going to be into the backcourt. And it's a violation. The officials were late to call it.
Yeah.
Miller's bench was waiting for it.
They were all waiting for each other to call it. It was backcourt.
3-point game here. Are you looking for a 3 from Miller, or are you trying to get an easy 2?
No, I'm going to take what if I got a Crowdy or Crispin that's open, that 3 for them is like a 2 for anybody else.
They've made 10 threes tonight as a team. 4 by Crispin. Yes. I'm sorry, 5 by Crispin, 3 by Crowdy. They've made 11 as a team.
Yeah.
Harrison's, oh, they can't get to him. It's intercepted. Wells Stevens with the steal. And Woodside will use a quick timeout with 59.1 seconds to go. A costly turnover for the Mavs here, but this one is far from over.
Oh, yeah, it's too close, too close.
Take a quick timeout and hear from our title sponsor of this game, Dairy Queen. Fan food, not fast food.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Try that $7 meal deal at Dairy Queen. Woodside leading at 70-67 against the Mavericks from the middle school. They were down by 11, Ed, but at the half, trailing by 3, it felt like they were getting some momentum, and here they are in the 4th quarter playing at a high level like a defending 2-time state champ would on its home floor in a showcase.
They made a concentrated effort on getting the ball to the big fella, Barksdale, South Barksdale inside, use that 6'9" height, and really Miller still hasn't figured it out yet, so that's been the key.
33 points and 8 rebounds, and he'd have more than 8 rebounds if there wasn't so many made threes for Miller, because it seems like they've been knocking down shots left and right to stay in this thing. They had the early lead. Wolverines have it. 52 ticks to go. It goes off the leg of Morrison. It's going to be kicked, rather, we'll say, by Chrisman of Miller.
52 seconds to go. And we got that act.
And it'll be Montague with his 8 assists inbounding it.
Inbound Terrence Hayes gets it. He finds Stevens.
Wells Stevens.
Aside Stevens.
Attacking the baseline. Over to Dietrich. Jaden Dietrich almost lost it.
He's fouled.
And he hasn't scored tonight. He hasn't been to the free throw line tonight. And right now, Miller has to think about, with the fouls only at 3 here, about fouling a little quicker to extend this game, don't they?
Well, they got one more to waste where it won't hurt them. And I would imagine if they pull out and start dribbling a little bit, they'll foul it.
To me, with the way they shoot threes, though, I want to extend this as long as I can. If you have to play the catch-up down 2, down 3, down 4, down 5, you don't know what the margin will be here. Wells Stevens gets it. Then we go for an easy dunk to Barksdale. Wells Stevens almost loses the dribble, gets rid of it in time to Hayes. Terrence Hayes gets it right back from Dietrich over to Montague, and he's fouled. One more foul here with 32.3 seconds to go, and it'll be free throw shooting time for the young fellas with the way across their jerseys and the white unis with the teal numbers. Wells Stevens has it. You don't want to foul him per se. He's going to attack the lane, almost lose the handle. Out to Hayes. That might be who you want to foul, or Montague. They don't foul him with 22 seconds. Coach Miller is calling for a foul. He wants his guys to foul, and Woodside will use a timeout with 20.5 seconds to go. So they let a lot of precious seconds tick off there instead of committing the foul.
That is Woodside's final timeout. So now they got to get the ball inbounds, and then they've got to get ready to deal with double team pressure. And they're up 3, so a 2 would be nice, 3 would be better.
With 11 seconds burning off the clock there, Miller knows that just 2 players have shot free throws for Woodside in this game. Barksdale, who's 1 of 3 from the line despite his marvelous 33-point performance, which includes in this fourth quarter alone, Ed, he's got 12 points. And Callan Morrison is 1 of 2 from the line, the guard wearing number 11 on your screen, who I said earlier looks a lot like Jamal Murray in the face, 10th grader.
Well, you're going to see, I got to believe they're going to try to go to Barksdale without forcing it. He gets a layup, that pretty much will be it.
Montague set to inbound it with Wells Stevens in the backcourt. Hayes, Dietrich, and Barksdale in the front court. Harrison's covering the inbounder. Crispin on Wells Stevens. 17 seconds to go. Wells Stevens dribbling past defenders all the way to the basket. Can't get the finish. Rebound for Saunders. Miller has a chance. Crispin for 3. It won't go down. Battle for the ball is going to be won by Wells Stevens. He doesn't get fouled with 2 seconds to go. He's going to dribble it out and get rid of it, and Woodside's going to come away victorious, 70-67. And a nail-biter in the finale of the Woodside Way Hoop Fest here on this Saturday before Christmas.
Yeah, when Stevens missed that layup, I thought, uh-oh, they're going to go down. Then I thought they're going to hit a 3, tied up, didn't do it. Get the rebound, able to dribble it on out.
So the Wolverines improved to 7-0 overall. And we will give you the final stats here in just a little bit. Deuce Jarrett, and how about his contributions? 12 points, 2 crucial threes. He had 5 assists. Messiah Wells Stevens only scores 4 points, but he had 5 assists, some clever plays throughout. Callan Morrison ends up with 3, and MJ Montague with 9 on 3 trifectas, 8 assists for the Wolverines in this ballgame.
Montague, I thought, was a big key. Big key. Barksdale, obviously, player of the game. What do you get, 35, 33?
Might have been 35. We'll double check it.
Yeah, I mean, he made everything inside. He got key rebounds, blocked a few shots early. But the Woodside kids did a good job of getting him the ball, realizing what your strength is. Go to your strength. Miller School's strength seemed to be 3-pointers. When the 3-pointers weren't dropping, they had to go back and play some better defense. But I thought Barksdale, too, looked like he was laboring a little bit in that first half. But in the second half, he seemed to be a lot better. So, Coach Bailey.
So we say hello to Coach Shonda Bailey from Hampton, who's here, girls basketball coach, who's done a heck of a job. And we'll give you some final numbers for the Miller School. Led by Shane Crispin, 21 points tonight. He hit 5 threes, 10 points for Jordan Hairston, 9 points for Ryan Crotty, 7 for Anthony Saunders, 4 apiece for Paxton Tolliver and Jaden Hunter. MVP is going to be Silas Barksdale, the reigning state player of the year with 33 points and 8 rebounds, Ed. He makes 16 shots. 16 of 22 from the floor.
Yeah, that's
on 33 points.
Know your strength, go to your strength. He's their strength. 6'9", he's inside. He does a great job of sealing. Best I've seen him do that in 2 years. So tremendous in realizing what your strength is and going to it, and Silas delivered.
So we'll see if we can get Silas Barksdale and Coach Stefan Welsh here in a little bit here as we close out our broadcast and give you some of the numbers from this ball game. I don't think they have up the cold in, but
yeah,
I don't think it's
open the doors,
I don't
man,
think it's up to you to decide that.
I'm going to go close these doors here for a second because we need to be in warmth.
Don't think it's your decision here. But we mentioned Barksdale with 33 points, 8 rebounds, 12 points, 5 assists for Deuce Jarrett, 9 points, 8 assists for MJ Montague, 4 points, 5 assists for Mosiah Wells Stevens, 3 points each for Callan Morrison, Terrence Hayes, Trent Smalling. How big was his 3, by the way? And Avion Tucker as the Wolverines finish up this basketball game with 8 makes from three-point range. They had 19 attempts, so 8 of 19 from 3 is rather efficient. And Woodside only had in this game, Ed, 5 offensive rebounds, but 4 of them were yanked down by the big fella, Silas Barksdale, who was outstanding in our matchup this evening from Woodside High and Newport News here. So pretty impressive performance tonight for the Wolverines as they got it done. And they're doing some cleanup. We'll have Silas join us here in a moment as some of the lights are getting turned off and they're wanting to exit the facility.
I hope they know we're still here.
Well, they will.
If they won't shut the lights out on us.
If not, we will end up getting taken off the air.
Light a candle. We got to light a candle.
Silas Barksdale, 33 points, 16 of 22 from the floor, 8 rebounds, and he had 12 in the fourth quarter to carry them to the finish line. And we'll get hopefully Stefan Welsh here in a moment, along with Silas Barksdale, to join us here on Cova Sports TV as we close out this edition. But we will take a quick time out before we do and hear from Dairy Queen and come back with more as we wrap it up. From Woodside High, the Woodside Way Hoop Fest. Stay tuned.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity.
We're back here as we close up the Woodside Way Hoop Fest on Cova Sports TV. We're now joined by the player of the game for the Wolverines. 33 points, 12 in the fourth quarter on 16 of 22 from the field and 8 rebounds, Silas Barksdale. Congratulations on this win. It felt like in the first half it wasn't Woodside basketball we've come to know and love here after your back-to-back state titles, but down the stretch they knew who to feed and you went down and finished the thing off.
Yes, sir.
What's the mindset when you're down 11, knowing that you're capable of comebacks? You've been a part of junior year state championship run, sophomore year, crazy finish in the title game. How is it different for you now, being the focal point every time you go on the court and everybody trying to stop you, but they have a hard time doing so?
Yes, sir. I know my coach, head coach, Steph Welsh, you know, he really knows what he's doing. We've been down multiple times, you know. Back in my sophomore year, we were down, about 20. You know, we came back, we fought, we stayed humble, we really played hard. You know, we listened to Steph, and, you know, we just got to win.
One of the things Coach Young and I brought up on the broadcast was you have some different moves that you've put into your arsenal from sophomore to junior to senior year. Take us through some of that, how you've developed as a low post threat.
You know, I'm just, you know, I might be maybe a smaller center, but, you know, I got the footwork, I got the toughness, I got all that. You know, I'm going to play hard regardless. I'm going to go get rebounds. I'm going to do my job. And, you know, the other stuff will come. You know, the jump shots will come if I have it. I can knock it down for sure. I didn't take any today because, well, other than one mid-range, but I didn't take any today because I was really killing in the post. I mean, 33 points in the post is, you know, very elite in my opinion. And, you know, that's really what I've been working on.
Yeah, not too bad. What's your career high? Do you know?
Probably 33.
This tonight, this is your career high? Not
Yeah.
too bad against the middle school team that won a state championship, private school. And they have a couple guys that are dinged up, but you guys are public school state champs. It's a little bit of a bragging rights thing to show, hey, we're 7-5-7. You're not coming in our house and beating us.
Yeah, no, I don't remember last time we really lost in our house, you know.
Might have been Kickinton a couple years ago, right?
Yeah,
I think
about
so.
probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's been a while, and, you know, we really rock with that. We roll with that, and, you know, we keep that in our head, and, like, this is just our spot. You know, we don't want to lose here.
How's it feel to get this MVP trophy right here? If you can show the audience out there, how's it feel to get this nice little shiny trophy you got? You got a state player of the year, but you want some more hard work come March, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I want more than that. You know, I'm going to try to get it again for sure, and I have the mindset that I will. And, you know, I feel like Steph will help me get it again as I, you know, continue to be a dog in the paint and be unstoppable and play my hardest and get another state championship, which we're aiming for.
A couple more for let you run. We haven't talked since you made your signing with VCU to play for Ryan Odom and the Rams. Tell the audience out there what made you choose Virginia Commonwealth. You had a lot of options, but it was VCU up the road in the 804 for you. And you've done well in that building before in the state championship game.
Oh, yeah. You know, so far I'm 2-0 in there. You know, Coach Odom, you know, he's a great coach. He has a great history. He's a great guy outside of basketball, you know. I love his personality. He's a great guy. Coach Diaz, he's also a great guy, you know. It just made me feel like home. Also, I am home, you know. Big part with my mother. You know, my mother is a big part of my life. My father is a big part of my life, and I would love for my first few years, you know, and be able to come up the street, you know, watch me play and watch me pursue my dream.
Yeah, I got a chance to cover Darius Diaz when he played at Norcom High School before, helping VCU make it to a Final Four. Last one, we'll let you go, Silas. I know Christmas is coming up. I'm sure you got some things on the wish list for you. But what message would you give out to the Woodside fans, the 757 fans, even the 804 fans that rock with you now that you're going to VCU as you try to finish up this journey with something that's not done too often? You know, Coach Welsh won 2 state titles back-to-back. You have a chance for a three-peat.
You know, we just, you know, like I said multiple times, my favorite word is maybe stay humble. You know, that's what we really do. And, you know, we pursuing it, we work with it, and, you know, we just play as a team. I'm going to tell my people, we're going for this third one. We're going to get this third one, and we know we're going to show out for Newport News, Virginia.
Awesome. What do you want Senator to bring you for Christmas?
I mean, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy? You don't have no new kicks, no new video
Maybe some
game?
new kicks. You know, I get a little bit of money, you know, give me some new kicks, some basketball shoes, you know, nothing too crazy.
Nothing bad
I ain't really picky.
Okay. Well, go enjoy it. Happy holidays. Great game tonight.
Appreciate
Silas
it.
Barksdale, our MVP here. We'll come back and wrap it up with Coach Steph Welsh here as the Woodside Wolverines win it 70-67 over the middle school. We'll take a quick timeout. Let's hear from one of the sponsors that make it possible for us, Town Bank.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Back here at the Woodside Away Hoop Fest as we close things up, the Wolverines victorious coming from behind to beat the middle school in a matchup of defending VHSL versus defending VISAA state champions. And we're now joined by the head coach of the reigning 2-time state champs in Class 5, Stefan Welsh. He won back-to-back as a player, back-to-back as a coach, going for a three-peat. Coach, you're down 11 in the first half. You knew you were capable of a run because we've seen it before, but how did you get back in it? I know feeding the big fella was a big focal point of that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're really a young basketball team. You know, we got 8 sophomores and a lot of them are finding themselves in roles that they probably didn't imagine. And, you know, this year we'll continuously get better all year. We just want to make sure we're peaking at the right time. You know, Thursday night it was Trent Smalling who hit 9 threes.
Really? Hit 9?
9 threes.
Wow.
You know, tonight it was MJ Montague who made some big plays off the bounce, sharing the basketball, and really did a great job on the defensive end of the floor. Deuce Jarrett, you know, hit some big shots for us. And, you know, the beauty about this basketball team is that I've been coaching all these guys now since they were in the 6th grade. So they have a great idea how we want to play, but you never really know exactly what's expected until you get out here and you're putting the fire. And I think, you know, with the youth that we have, Silas and Messiah are doing an elite job of leading these guys. But it's going to be a continued grind all year long, and you know, just to see those guys battle back against a very good basketball team with a guy like Ryan Cridy, who's, you know, going to Oklahoma State, and stay connected and follow the game plan in the second half. You know, those are things that you want to see, and that's why you schedule games like this.
Yeah, people can't pay attention to middle school's record because they play good competition. They hit 11 3-pointers tonight. They have snipers like Crotty and Shane Crispin. For you, I mean, and you used the word elite, which is what Silas Barksdale said as well tonight. He was elite. 33 points, 8 rebounds, 16 of 22 from the floor. It feels like down low, he's unstoppable. And your guys like Jared and Montague, young pups, were able to find him with some really good passes that are hard to sometimes deliver to a big man who's expected to get the ball, and defenses know that.
Right. Well, you know, one of the things that we really harp on is making sure that, you know, we're doing everything we can to establish Silas, because once we establish him and the defense start collapsing, you know, that's when the guys like, you know, TJ Hayes, Deuce Jarrett, Trent Small and MJ Montague, Avion Tucker, you know, those guys are, you know, able to knock down shots. You know, so the earlier that we establish Silas in the game, the better it'll be for our team, because we are loaded with shooters. And I thought, you know, tonight, you know, it took us a while to really get him established, you know, and that mixed with middle school, you know, hitting a lot of shots, it kind of rattled us early a little bit, but you know, I knew that, you know, once we, you know, got to halftime and we were, you know, we made our adjustments and, you know, re-emphasized the keys and the things that we want to do on the defensive end, because they run the Princeton offense. I knew that we would, you know, find ourselves back in a basketball game. I thought Silas was absolutely elite tonight, just positioning himself around the rim, you know, right there in that dunker spot, and not, you know, settling for jump shots or starting his post-ups in short corner to making him have to work harder to get, you know, closer to the basket. I thought he did a good job of sealing right there in that little 8-feet area where, you know, a lot of times he's automatic.
Lastly, to have this event here at Woodside, a lot of quality basketball all day long, from Hayfield and Kings Fork to C.G. Woodson, John Marshall, Lancetown, Denby, Oscar Smith, Kempsville, and you guys in the nightcap. It's got to be a neat celebration for you, 757 Hoops. You had the opening night here, the ring night where Hampton came in, and I know as you finish up this journey, you'll probably get pretty emotional because this is the final ride for these guys. You have some young pups, but with Silas and Messiah being senior captains, it's a chance to have a historic finish. You won back-to-back as a player, but they're going for a three-peat, and they seem very driven right now.
Right, and I told those guys, man, if y'all win 3, man, I got to make sure y'all jerseys go up there with mine, you know. And I told Silas, if you go ahead and pull us off, you're the best player in school history, you know, and I mean that.
Calvin Baker might want to argue for you a little bit, and your teammates, right? Let's say, I know you were a heck of a dog in your day, so.
It's funny, I was talking to Calvin probably like a week ago, and I told him, I said, hey, man, if Silas is able to lead this young team, you know, back to the promised land, man, we got to give it to him. You know, and like I said, he's doing an unbelievable job. You know, the beauty about Silas' game is there's so many layers to it. He's a leader. He's super unselfish. He can really pass it. And a lot of the times, man, we have to get on him to be a little bit more selfish.
And there was time in the first half where we come in, it looked like he's a little bit maybe wind tired, but then he just hits another gear, and it's like, oh my gosh, this looks like a top, not just a guy who's going to VCU, but one of the top players in America, bar none.
Yeah, like I said, you know, the beauty about his game is that he does so much. Yeah. You know, and it's not a lot of 6'9" guys that's pushing 240, 245 that could play at the place that we play at and then play 32 minutes doing it and be extremely effective throughout those 32 minutes. So, you know, but he does the right things every day. He's an everyday guy. You know, he works on his body. You know, he goes to treatment. You know, he eat the right things. He stay hydrated. You know, he's one of those guys that's going to be playing basketball for a very long time.
Love his grace and humility, and I even asked what he you want for Christmas? I'm not too picky. I'll take whatever. So that's the type of kid it seems like he is, very unselfish, and he wants to do it for his teammates. Well, thank you so much.
Before
we appreciate
we get
you
off,
having
man, I just want to thank everybody that came out and made this event a success, man. It really was some really, really good basketball all day. And, from here, we just want to keep, going up with it. And again, I want to thank my school administration, everybody that, helped put this event together, all the sponsors. I want to thank you and Ed for coming here and, I'm doing this live stream in Cova Hoops, right?
Cova Sports TV, yep.
I would like to thank Cova Sports TV for taking this thing on. And, this is just the beginning.
Our pleasure. Well, happy holidays to you. We'll see you in the new year, and thank you so much.
Appreciate that, man. Happy holidays.
Stephon Walsh of the reigning two-time state champion Woodside Wolverines. As we close out this edition of the broadcast, we want to thank you all for coming by. Nick Senti, James Timmons, my broadcast partner, the coach Ed Young. It was a great day of hoops. We will close it out here and hear from Dairy Queen. We thank you all. Again, all the games are archive-free. If you missed them live, it's available on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk to you next time. Have a happy holiday. Thanks for watching.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.